Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time coming to join me. I've had an insane amount of people ask me how I made my dolls with the cards that are in front of you. So I thought I would take a risk and show you on camera. So it could go horribly wrong because I mucked up making these a bit. I cut all my layers like individually and then just kind of was like sticking and pasting them together. Whereas I'm going to try and show you how you should be doing them, which I believe is doing a layered effect. So you cut one whole layer of each thing and then you kind of stick them on top of each other, and you're still cutting and trimming, but not as extreme and as faffy as I made it on my first ones. So I'm going to show you how I made them, and then that way when they arrive, if you've ordered them, then you can make them, because I've had a lot of people saying, it's coming, please show me what you do to make it. So I'm just going to show you how to make one of these dolls, and we'll see how we go. It could be highly embarrassing. So to start, I've got these two sets of dies. So I've got, this is the doll one from Alina, and it comes with, I'm sure there's bits missing, because if you've watched any of my videos, I am forever like, I'm missing this. Oh, I don't know where this has gone. Whoops. So anyways, this might not be everything that comes in there, but these are the bits that you're going to need, unless I say, hang on, I forgot something. So there's some shoes. You've got this bit here, which is hilarious. So this bit I had issues with in the beginning. So if you can see, when I first looked at this, I thought, oh my word, those are the tiniest arms I've ever seen. How on earth am I going to put those arms on her body? And so then I faffed and struggled with trying to work out those arms. Those are not arms, just to let you know. Those are her eyes. So don't try putting them on her body and attach them to her shoulders, because it's not going to go so well. Those are her eyelashes, and those are her cheeks, and this is her face. So I thought when it came, that's her body, and it goes there. And I was like, well, this is awkward. It doesn't quite fit. Yeah. So then I looked on Alina's site and was like, oh, it's her face. Or I might have watched Crafty Cakes and then been like, oh, right, that's her face. So we've got a face with eyes and cheeks. Some flowers for decoration. The shirt, which goes on top there, and some shoes. But no legs and no body, which lots of people have made work and looks great. I'm not so good at these things, so it did not look good when I did it. So I dug out my doll that I also got from Alina, and I've got a couple. So one's got bendy legs, one's got bigger feet, I don't know, I think. And then I've got this one, which has got bendy arms. So I went with the bendy arm ones because the legs are the right kind of legs for doing ballerina poses, I found. And then it's got this nice body, which looks like a, what is it called? A leotard type thing for ballerinas. So I went with these two. This is only like £1.30 something. And I don't know how much this one is. I don't remember. So it's really not cheap if you just bung this one in your cart if you're going to get that one, because it's quite nice to have these extra accessories. And then if you got any further dolls that Alina comes out with, or any of the other ones on her site, then you can interchange the legs and the arms and the face, all that kind of stuff. So they're quite fun to have. I wasn't convinced when I first got these. Now I am, because of this. I love this one. So what I did to cut her out, so I started, you need your base. So whatever color you're going to want your skirt, whatever you want your skirt to be, cut that out in full. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit because things would go horribly wrong. So you want your base in full. So this is just a mirror pink kind of card, and I cut it out in full. To cut it out, I find that if you use an extra bit of pressure in your plate, it makes a big difference. So if you use an extra sheet of cardstock or something, just to bulk it out a bit, because these are quite intricate. But a tip that I've learned from someone on one of these groups that I follow or YouTube is you save the stuff that comes with AliExpress, so the really non-environmentally friendly styrofoamy, whatever this is, I don't know what it is, totally not environmentally friendly, dead helpful with intricate dies. So I save this whenever it comes, and then I use it to cut things like this. So I just layered my cardstock on, put my die on top, ran it through my Big Shot like a normal sandwich, and it cut like butter. So everything is just cut out perfectly smooth. Sorry, I'm blinding you now. So that's how I cut it out, was use that stuff. Otherwise use like an extra sheet of paper. You just kind of have to play with your Big Shot sandwich and see what you get. Then what you need to do is you need to cut some hair. So I cut the top half of the doll out in whatever colour hair you want. You need to cut your body out, and I just basically cut around her face shape to work out how it's going to stick under. You'll see when I start to put together. I got this cardstock by accident, or by fluke. It was in like a multi-pack, and it's a really good skin colour. So I've been using this, and you can see I've just been chopping out little bits I need. I've only got like 3 sheets of it, but this is the last of my first sheet, so I've got 2 more to go. But it's just kind of like a skin-toned colour, and I think it came in some like office stationery or something. So it was worth a treat. So you need that. That's what you need it for, is the body, that bit there, because the shirt's going to go over it. Then you need the face in the same colour as the body, so you cut out the face. Then you're going to need some eyes. So I've cut it out in black glitter. So you cut this one out 3 times, and you can see her eyes are there. I've cut it out already. So that really awkward one that I was showing you that I thought was arms, you need to cut this out 3 times. Once for the face, once for the eyes, and once for the cheeks. So that's my eyes. Then I've done my cheeks as well, but they're sat on my table right now. So I've got that, and it's kind of like a pearlescent pinky colour. Then you need to cut out the shoes. And I didn't know what kind of pink I wanted, so I took my pearlescent cardstock and then I coloured it with some ink and did some pink ballet shoes. And how cute is that? There's like a little heart, and it cuts on the little heart. So you need some shoes. Then if you're going to do body and legs, you need a body, which is from that set that I showed you. And I like to match it to the top so that it kind of looks like a leotard. And then you need some legs, and I use the same pink-y colour as my face and my head for some legs. And I think that is all you need. I find one of these kind of tools really helpful. This is a Stampin' Up! One, which was really expensive. You can get a lot cheaper ones, but it was when I was still doing Stampin' Up! And so I got my discount and it worked. But it's basically like a putty that comes out the end, and I just find it really helpful for picking up the eyes and the cheeks. So I've got that, and it's also got a pokey tool on that end, which I find helpful for setting it into the head. And then you'll need some tulle if you want to put some tulle behind. This is just a white shimmer. Alina sells this on her site as well. And some glue, and I'm going to use glue dots. So in my glue bottle I have got some mixed media, matte medium, gel medium, whatever it is, super strong glue. Bottles are from AliExpress, and I bought some syringes and I just suck it up out of the jar and then I stick it in here. So that's what I've got in there. It's very strong and fairly quick drying. And then just any bog standard glue dots. I'm going to try with glue dots. We'll see how this goes. So we're going to take our girl and we're going to stick her hair on first. I feel like I'm going to breathe really heavy in this video because there's going to be awkward silences when I'm putting this together. But never mind. You'll bear with me, I'm sure. Or you can just put me on mute. And if you put me on mute, then you don't have to hear me and you can just watch me crack on. I forgot my tweezers. Tweezers are also probably a bit helpful. So this is quite good because you can just line it up exactly with the one underneath. And this is going to save your eyes while you're watching. So you're not going to have to deal with it like glaring from the metallic shine. There we go. So you stuck some hair down. I'm going to rush through this. So normally you'd want to let this dry for a few seconds. Maybe put like a stamp block on top to weigh it down. But I'm just going to crack on because I don't want to waste your time too much. Then we're going to stick on her body, and what I did for this, remember, oh, don't do that, kids. Don't do it, don't do it. Never glue over top if you think that. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Never mind. We're good, we're good. It's going to look great. It's a matte glue, so it shouldn't be too shiny. This is where my tweezers would be handy, because if I had the tweezers I could do this a lot easier. I stuck the face over top, and then I just kind of trimmed around so that I knew what I wanted in terms of like the size. And then you just line it up again on here. And again, you'd normally let this sit for a minute or two. So we put this layer on because we want this part of her body to show. And then her face is going to go on, and it's just going to look a bit silly because it's just the tone on tone. But once we put her eyes on, it'll make sense. Or her mini arms on her face. Okay. Oh, this glue doesn't want to stay up. Feels so much pressure crafting in front of people. Goodness. It's really hard to see what I'm doing as well when I'm kind of sitting back, so you don't get my nose, shadow of my nose in again. Okay, so there's her head, her face. Let's move her down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to stick on the eyes. So it's quite helpful if you can leave the eyes in your die cut so that you know which one's left and which one's right. So this is just on glitter card, which nicely it kind of sticks in there anyways. So I've got my left eye and my right eye. And then this is where I don't mind doing this bit because it just slots in nicely. So you want to put some glue in, but you don't want your glue to explode all over your doll. So I put the glue in the holes. And I find that easier than trying to put the glue on the backs of all these little fiddly bits. But believe me, the first time I did this, I was trying to put the glue on the back of the fiddly bits. And then I realized I could just put the glue in the hole and save myself a lot of problems. So there we go. She's got glue in all those holes. I'll see if I can come in a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, there she is with glue on her face. I've got my sticky bit here, and I'm just going to pick up her eye, and then I'm going to just plunk it in, and then I'm going to use the pokey end and just kind of set it. And then I'll take her other eye, and this is how easy this can be. But if you want to put these on her arms or her shoulders and make them into arms, best of luck to you. You're going to struggle. They're so little. But you know, maybe it's just me that is, I'm that dense for. Right, here's a cheek. And then another cheek coming. Get in there. There we go. And these are different as well, so make sure that these are on the right sides. So there's her face. I'll come back out again. Then we want to put on her shirt. So we've got her shirt here. Let's make sure this doesn't explode again. Air bubbles in there. And then we're just going to stick that down on her. Now, I made a tiny oopsie when I did this, and I cut that corner a little bit short. I don't know if you can see. If I zoom in, I just kind of, just sort of trimmed that a bit short just there, but I don't think it's really going to matter. So that's her shirt on. Then what I did is, I think I then did some tulle. So you flip her over. I'll zoom out again, sorry. I don't want to make you all dizzy, but... and I just cut not a big amount off. I know if you watch Gloria, Crafty Cake, she does a much better job of this. But basically, I kind of cheat a bit. You want to put your tulle on before you put your body on, because otherwise it's going to look like your tulle, like you've got her dress and then her body and then the rest of her dress behind her. So it'll look a bit funny. Oh look, I didn't let that dry. And it's all shifted. There we go. Okay, so I've stuck that on the back, and then basically what I do is I just kind of bunch it up and then stick it to the glue dot, as I'm lazy like that. So I kind of manipulate it while sticking it, but you want to just do just the top of the tulle, otherwise it looks like her dress is coming out from behind her shoulders as well. And the nice thing about tulle is that it's really thin, so when you squish it into the glue dot, you can actually keep squishing it for a little while because it just goes straight through. So that's kind of what I do to get the tulle on. And do it kind of like that with just a glue dot because I'm lazy. And then we're going to put the body on, so I'm going to stick another glue dot down to kind of hold that in place from the other side. And this is where it gets a bit bulky, and this probably isn't the best idea to do it, but I could probably use a glue gun, but then I'll probably get way too much glue on there. if I were to use my liquid glue, then I'm waiting ages. So there's my next glue dot. And then I'm going to stick her body on, like so, just to the back of that. And then this is going to hopefully go on your card, so you're not going to be worried about that big blob there. Just make sure her shirt's on right. So then, got that. And then we want to stick the legs on. And so you kind of want to have a play. Oh, wait, hang on. We'll put the shoes on first, shall we? So with her feet, as you can see, the shoes aren't going to fit because we've got her at bottoms of her feet. So we're going to chop those off. So she's going to be missing her toes, but nobody will know. They're just going to think they're poking into the shoes. So there we go. We take off her toes. And then, oh my word, I'm saying then so many times. Sorry. Right, so now put some shoes on. So I just put the glue on the back of the shoes. And this could fall off of my sticky thing because it's not very good at holding things. And this is where it could go wrong as well, because I could be doing her legs backwards, her kneecaps backwards, but I'm just trying to get through the video. Oh, I've done it upside down, haven't I? Now I need more glue. Might be worth putting them on your legs first and working out what you want to do with them. So, one like that. Give it a little pinch. There we go. And then next shoe, I'm just putting literally glue in between. So I'm going with glue there in the middle and then on the tip. And then I'll stick that down there. So there's her little feet all done. And then we're going to stick them onto her body. So you kind of want to work out roughly. Oh look, I did so much tulle you can't even tell I put a body on there. Never mind. Do less tulle and then you can see her legs and body. So I'll probably just stick them on. I'll just do them pointing down. That'll probably be easier. So if I line them up next to each other, I want them to go. Then I will just stick some glue on the tops. I'm just going to put a big blob because it's all going behind, so it's not going to make any difference. And then I'm going to lift her skirt and stick her legs on. I'm just going to pinch that for a second. You can tell when I'm actually concentrating because I'm not talking as much. But there we go! She's all done! Yay! Let's zoom out a little bit. So that didn't take too long, did it? You just have to cut all the bits out, and that doesn't take very long either. So she's kind of detached, as you can see, but when you stick her down on a card, she'll be nice and flat, and this bit will stick up, and that will look nice anyways. And you can curl those back if you need to, depending on what kind of material you've used. So I've used metallic card, so you can manipulate the metal in it a bit and bend it. But that's how you make the little girl. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please do like and subscribe, and drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I do make an effort to reply to every single person, and I absolutely love when people leave me comments. It makes my day. It is so much fun when my phone keeps pinging at me all day saying, you have a new comment. It's really, really fun. And then I often like send screenshots to my husband. I'm like, look at my email. And it'll just be YouTube. And it's just, it's so much fun. And I'm really grateful. And I'm having a blast doing all these videos. And I hope you're having fun hanging out with me. And I'm really sorry that every video I think, oh, let's not make it too long. And it's always too long. But anyways, I'll see you all soon again. Thank you. Bye.